So, so we're live now, and thank you very much, everyone, for your support and you are showing just your enthusiasm to this episode of our Try Hack Me Arena, and that's why we're back again with episode 3 of Try Hack Me Arena. And here we solve the machines or the rooms of TryHackMe for beginners. And today we have our cybersecurity expert, CTF player, as well. He plays bug bounty. So our guest, special guest, Mayur Parmar, and he is with us, and he will teach you how you can approach those machines or approach those rooms. And yeah, he will tell you his secrets. He will tell you everything, each and everything which you need to know about whenever you are going to start in this field in cybersecurity. And for beginners, it's very much helpful to start with. So yes, without wasting time, I will hand over this session to Mr. Mayur. So he will take up this session afterwards. And yes, if you have any question related to anything of related to cybersecurity, how he plays it, how he something like in rooms, so you can ask, and he will tell you today two rules. One is Pokemon. That's is the full name of the room is, I think, got them all right.
Yes,
And second one is steganographic crash course.
steganography. Yes.
Yeah. So yes, Mr. Mayur, it's time. Like, take off this session and just
Okay.
go ahead.
Yes. So I can share my screen.
Yeah, sure. You share your
Okay.
screen. It's visible,
O-
right?
Okay. Ansuman,
Yes.
please don't turn off your mic.
Okay, no issues. I am not like I am with you. No issues. Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So today we are going to solve this machine. The name is Gota Catch 'em All. So for that machine, first we have to what say deploy the machine. You can go to this link and you can see the machine down. Then now we can deploy the machine.
So before deploying, I think we need to connect with VPN, right?
Yes, you have to connect to the open what's a try Acme internal server through the VPN configuration. For that you can use OpenVPN software, and then you have to download your configuration file from here. After downloading configuration file, you can import that file into OpenVPN. Then you are successfully connected to the TryHackMe what's it internal network, so you can access the machines after deploying, right? Okay, so this is our machine. It will take a 1 minute time to boot up.
Okay, till then it's booting up. Let me ask you a few questions, which
Okay, sure.
I think viewers also can ask. You can ask your question in chat box, so he is always available to reply your questions. And
Yes.
yes, my question is that how you have started in this field. Like there was something like you have some days you have got this. Yes, I need to go this side, or you need to choose this as a full-time career of this in cybersecurity field. So
Yeah.
how you get to know that, and when you have started, right, practicing these things?
First of all, my journey for cybersecurity started from my master's itself.
Okay.
Uh, 2 years ago, I just enrolled into master's course in the GFSU. Then I
Okay.
started my cybersecurity journey, and
Okay.
uh, in GFSU, I played my first CTF. That is the GFSU CTF itself.
Okay.
In that time, didn't know anything about the CTF and all those things, like what is
Okay.
the cryptography, what is the steganography,
Okay.
decoding, encoding, and all the things. It's about cybersecurity. I didn't know anything. This was my first CTF in the GFSU.
Okay. Okay.
Mm, that in that CTF, I solved around 5 to 6 challenges.
Okay. By your own, right?
Yes, by my own.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So that
So
was a team CTF or individual CTF which you
uh,
were playing.
there was a team CTF. Uh,
Okay.
in each team there was a 3 member.
Okay.
Yes. So in that
And
CTF,
how was your feeling like when you have got those challenges or solving those challenges first time? How you were feeling like before that? In which subject you were pursuing your career? Like which subject you were being like choosing on your honors or whatever you are doing?
uh, I'm very much interested in the information security. And in my bachelor's, in the fifth
Yeah.
semester, we have
Yeah.
one subject called information security.
Okay.
In that, in from that subject, I got to know about this what's a private key, public key, uh,
Okay.
encryption, decryption, but some type of a theoretical knowledge only.
Okay.
Then I enroll into master's course. Then I learn about more about the encoding, decoding part, then cryptography part, steganography part,
Hmm.
and other subject like digital forensics,
Okay.
VAPT, and all the things.
Okay.
Okay.
I think machine also started, and we will also give
Yes.
you questions or ask you questions in between.
Okay.
Now, just solve your challenges. Start solving your challenges.
Sure. So first of all, our machine is boot up, right? Now we can copy this what's a machine IP address. Now I go to the my Kali machine. In Kali machine, I already boot up the already configured through the OpenVPN, right? This is my OpenVPN connection.
Okay.
For that, in Kali Linux, there is a by default OpenVPN, right? OpenVPN installed in it.
Yeah.
So we have to just type the OpenVPN command and then our configuration file name. So it will successfully connect to the TryHackMe machine right now. So we can just copy paste that IP address. Okay. So this is the our machine's IP address, right? So this is the
Yeah.
by default Apache page. So what is my approach first? First we have this by default Apache page. So we didn't say any useful information. Then we can do the nmap scan for port scanning, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me clear this. So for that we can use the nmap command. Then we can give what's it option like V for purpose, then service version I so what's it SV, then our machine's IP address, right? Oh, okay, there is a mistake. Okay, so it started scanning the ports for it. That waits. Okay, Ansuman. So we have two ports open, right? Okay, so on port 80, there is a by default Apache server running. So my first approach is let's view the source code this by default of this by default Apache page. Let's say it is some kind of CSS and scripts. Mm, okay, there is some comments. Okay. Okay, Ansuman. So in the bottom side, we got some hint, something like hints for this room, right?
Okay.
But we don't know what is it. It is inside the what's a text. So for that, we can do the directory brute forcing.
Okay.
So if any hidden directory for flags, so we can get it right. So let me copy
Okay.
paste that. Okay, we have to give the HTTPS here. Okay. No. Wait. Why that is giving error? Mm, wait a minute. Okay, so Ansuban, our directory brute forcing is started, right?
Okay.
So from the source code, we got something hints like, but in the default Apache bed, we don't have any login portal, right? So maybe from the Nmap scan, we got to know that in another port that is 2020, it open and it used for SSH connection for remote connection.
Okay.
So I think maybe this is the credentials for that, right? Maybe
Okay.
let what's it connect to that port. For that we can use the SSH command SSH. Then for that we have to give the username. Maybe this is something like username. Let paste this. Okay. Then followed by we can use give the @ and our machine IP address. That is 10.10.153.33.
I think someone is saying you to zoom the display. So please bigger the size of your command prompt so that they
Uh,
can
uh,
like
uh,
control shift plus
Control Shift
control
plus.
shift.
Okay, it is
Yeah.
visible
Like,
now.
like more some like
Wait,
one more side.
that's okay.
Yeah, yeah. That I think that will be fine. Yeah.
You can ask the audience that it is visible to all or not.
Is that visible? Anyone can please. I think it's Cyberbyte, right? Please check that if is it visible or not. I think it's visible. Go
Okay,
ahead
okay,
with
no
that.
issue. Okay, okay. So now, so enter yes. Okay, then it is asking for password, and the other tag, it is like something like password, right? Okay.
Okay, zoom a little bit.
What? Little bit.
Zoom. Oh yeah,
It
little
is
bit zoom.
okay.
Yeah.
It is okay now.
I think okay. It works.
It
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
okay.
Okay.
Okay. So as we can see, we already logged in into SSH server.
Yep.
Let's run some Linux, run some commands like who am I? So this is our username, right? For the logged in username. run some command like ls. So here we have some directories. For that, I have one tip. If you logged into what says any ssh port or anything like, then first check the desktop directory, because in most of the ctfs the user flag is inside the desktop what's the directory itself. So let's
Okay.
check the desktop. Okay. Okay. So here we can see that we have one file that is pokemon.zip, but it is in zip format. So we have to unzip it, right? So let's use the unzip command here. Then file name. Okay. So here we can see that the file is unzipped, and from that we got this file that is grasstype.txt, right?
Okay.
So let's quickly see the data inside it. For that, we can use the cat command. Okay, okay, okay. So here we have file. Let's see the words concerned. Okay. So as you can see, in Suman, this is the hexadecimal values, right?
Yeah.
As many of know that this is the hexa value or hexa value. So let's quickly decode it. For that, we can use the online tools for that.
Okay.
Okay, just wait.
You can also zoom that your, those web browser also. So
Okay, I'll
it
also
will
zoom
be
in.
accessible. Yeah.
Okay, it's visible now.
I think it
O-
would be visible, no issues.
Okay, so let's paste our string. So here we can see our flag, first flag, right? So let me copy this flag and we can paste it here.
Okay.
Okay, as you can see, this is our first flag, right? Okay. So, Ansuman, one thing you notice that uh, from this file we got this flag. So for this
Okay.
box, I applied some tricks like this is the file name. So for the second flag, uh, yeah, might be this is the file name maybe.
Yeah.
So let's apply some tricks. Mm, let
Okay.
me. Okay. Okay. We can use the locate command here. Locate. Then this is the file name, right?
Okay.
Okay, let me copy this file name, then paste it here. No. Okay. Oh, why it is not working?
So maybe find works.
Fine. But I used this command before and it's working. Okay. Why it is
Oh,
not working?
so
Right,
shit.
right, right. Okay,
Got
okay,
it,
okay.
got it. But
Yeah.
I also got it. Okay.
Okay.
So now it will work.
Okay. Yes. Locate. Then water hyphen type dot txt. Okay, as you can see, we got to the file name that is inside var triple dot then HTML folder, right?
HTML water
Yes,
type dot txt.
yes. So just copy it, and we can use the cat command here also. We can use cat command from anywhere in the Linux system, right? Okay, so as we can see, we got some encoded values,
Yeah.
right? So as per my experience in CTF Ansuman, it is something like Cassar cipher.
Okay.
Cassar cipher decoder. Let me zoom in. Okay. For decoding this cryptography things, I prefer these two sites, Ansuman. First of all, this is a decode.fr, then this is crypte. In most of the setting, I use these two sites only for decoding purpose.
Okay. So these
So
are
let
great,
me
right?
yes,
This
yes.
I think yeah, I have also.
Decode.fr is the best site for all the decoding things.
Yeah.
Okay, let me zoom in. Okay, okay. So we don't get flag here. Maybe we have to apply some brute forcing for in that. So
Okay.
let use this. Okay. Okay. So in
Brute forcing to what? Like brute forcing, what kind of brute forcing you are talking about?
uh, what say? Mm, it is shifting the words.
Okay, 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 got
It
it.
will shift the words. Like we can what say? We can do directed brute forcing. This is also kind of this will arrange the what say this string
Okay.
and shift the words.
Got it.
And in some CTF, I also what say face this kind of challenges where we have to do brute forcing to get the flag, right? So
Okay.
here we get our second flag. Okay, so let verify it is correct or not. Okay, so as we can see, this is the correct flag, right?
Correct.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Was it a ROT 13, right?
yes, no, this
Okay.
is not ROT 13. This is a Cassar cipher.
Okay, Casa cipher.
Yes.
Okay. Someone was
Okay.
asking in the chat, so I
Okay.
think you got it. So it's not ROT 13, it's Casa cipher.
No. Yes, it is Cassar cipher. First one is a hexadecimal, then second one is Cassar cipher. So
Yeah,
let's
okay.
find the third flag. As as usual, we can apply our old trick. That is, we can simply do the locate through the locate count. We can find this file. Okay. Okay. Locate fire type. So maybe fire type is the no, what's say file name maybe. So let's okay. So here we can get our third flag. Let's use the cat command and see the what's inside it. Okay. So here we got the another encoded string, right? And
It's
Ansuman,
seems base 64, right?
yes,
It
if
seems
you
so.
come across some kind of what's a string and that have a double equal to ending part, then we can assume that this is the base 64 value, right? It is the what's a basic syntax of base 64 encoded what's the data.
Yeah.
So for that, wait, wait. mm, for that we can use. In Kali Linux, we have a by default like a base 60. We can what's it decode the base 64 value, right? So for that we can I can use the echo command. Then uh, we can use the pipeline. Then base. 64 and give the option as hyphen D. Hyphen D is for decoding, right? So here we get the our what's a third flag, that is Pokemon. This is a some like someone's name, maybe Pokemon's.
Charmander.
Yes, I'm not a big fan of Pokemon series.
No worries. It's my favorite, so
No.
so I know every
Oh,
character. So
okay,
so we're
okay,
fine.
okay, Ransavan. No, no problem. Okay, so let's search for our what's it? Root's favorite Pokemon, right? Let's see something. Okay, so maybe directory brute forcing is done. Okay, directory brute forcing is done, and we got the two files only. First one is index.html that we already know for that Apache server, right? The second one is this server status. Okay, let's go to this. Mm, okay, let's apply root type dot txt if that file, and no, there is no file like root type dot txt. So let's go to the home directory if we any have, if we have any file. So for that I can use this command hyphen ls hyphen lah. It will show all the files inside this directory including hidden files.
Okay.
In some cases, the CTF challenge builders will hide uh, those files, right? So we can use this command. So it will list all the files inside the directory. Let's see if we have something suspicious file. Okay, bash history, bash logout. Okay. So let's move to another directory. That is download. No, we don't have any file inside the directory. Okay, okay. So in music directory is also empty. Let's move to the previous directory. Documents. Okay, there is also, this is empty.
Okay.
Okay, this is the home directory one, right? So we can get into the root directory if we find some interesting stuff. Okay. Okay, so here and so on, we have one file, right? That is root pokemon.txt, and also we have one user that is called ASH. Uh, let's move to the directory cd ASH. Okay, as we can see, we don't have permission to access the ASH users directories, right? So now we can uh, see if we have access to dit files. Okay, let me use the last command hyphen lh. So it will also give what's a what user can access this file, right?
Okay.
So as we can see, this is the permissions of the file, and this is the user, which user can access this file. So as we can see, this is the ASH folder that root user only can use the uh, see this what is inside the ASH folder in the Pokemon directory. We already logged into the Pokemon user, right? So we can access Pokemon directory. And for the root hyphen Pokemon.txt, uh, the what the ASH user can also access the root hyphen Pokemon.txt file, right? So we have to logged into ASH user account, so we can
Okay.
uh, see what is inside the file, right? So let but we don't have password for the ASH user. So let me quickly move to the Pokemon folder, right?
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
Okay, so we already seen the this directories, right? But we haven't seen this videos directory. Let me quickly move on to the videos directory. Okay, so here we got another folder that is Gota. Okay, okay, inside another folder that is Sketch. Let me move into the Cache folder.
Okay.
Okay, then Dem folder, then All folder. Okay. So, Ansuman, here we get one C++ file, right? Let's
Yeah, C++.
see. Yes, but we don't know what we have to do with the C++ file, right? So let me quickly view the source code of this C++ file. So here we can see one simple code that contain one header, then one main function. Inside the uh, s- Studio C out, we have some string like, right? That ASH, then pick up. But from that we can assume that we already got to know that we have one other user have that its name is ASH, right? From the root directory that we don't
Yeah.
have access. But
Yep.
for the root.txt, we got to know that ASH user can access the directory.
Yes.
Directory and not directory, the that file
The
root.pokemon file.
files. Yeah.
Yes. So we can assume that this is the credentials for the ASH user, right? So we can use the su command for switch command. So we can use this credentials, right? This is pika. Let me paste it. We can see. Okay. Okay. We have to mention the uh, what's it user's name here. Okay. So and so on, as you can see, we are logged into the ASH user, right? Okay. Let's go to the root directory. Okay. Okay. Okay, so we have these two directory and one file that is root-pokemon.txt, right?
Yeah.
So now we can see we have access to that file. And yes, Ansuman, we got the flag. That is Pikachu.
So Pikachu. Okay.
It's a very simple.
Yeah. Simple one.
Okay. So as Ansuman, we got all the flags, right?
Okay. Then congratulations on completing your room.
Yes.
Great one.
Okay.
And now let's ask you something. So
Yes.
let's take a chilling break in between before you like go to solve few one more room that is technography.
Yes.
So when you play CTFs, like what kind of CTFs do you play?
Ansuman, I mostly play Geo Party style CTF that contain what's it challenges only, not machines. And I mostly do the cryptography challenges, technography challenges, then some OSINT challenges, then forensic challenges. I mostly do this type of challenges.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So and like you have also one group where you like there are few members of on that group Cypher Defacor, right? The group,
Yes.
if I
Right.
am not wrong. Sorry if I am taking the wrong pronunciation here.
No. 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 You
So
are right.
pardon me. So
No.
it's
No.
like no, it's I know the spelling of that, but sometimes what I like pronounce it as cipher defensor. It's not
No. No.
defensor,
No.
it's
No.
defensor, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
You can differ.
that's why yeah, that's why I was telling you if I'm
Yes.
taking it as wrong, then pardon me. So yeah, he has also a group where he helps
Yes,
beginners to play CTF, and they can also team up there also, right?
yes.
So
And
how
mostly we
long you are doing that thing?
mm, nearly maybe 5 or 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
In December, I formed my this team called Cyber Defacers. At that time,
Okay,
we only 3 or 4 members, maybe.
okay,
Mm, yes, but now we have at least 14 to 50 members in our group that are
okay,
actively participating in the CTF competitions.
okay.
Yes.
That's great. So yeah, now let's start with second room, the steganography.
Okay.
Okay, these
Let
are
I
the jets.
ask someone if someone have questions regarding any
Okay,
of the part for previous room.
okay. Let's check out few questions, which is like yeah, they are all suggesting something okay, to do sudo L for to check the permissions, as well as someone is telling you to check permission for the files. What you were doing, I think.
Yes, I already do that thing na. I ls hyphen I l hyphen lh.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It is also giving a permission from that user for that user that what
Yeah.
user can access, what not. Right.
These are the questions, right? Are nothing such important. If you have any questions related to anything, the room about which has been solved right now, you can ask, or otherwise we will move to the other room, which is steganography. So I don't think you have any question. If you have any question, so we will take it in between also. So
Or
no need.
we can what say attend that question at the end of the webinar maybe
Okay,
if any
okay,
unknown
yeah,
question.
yeah. Great. So let's move in on to next challenge
Okay,
or room for sec.
let me terminate the room.
Okay.
Then we can get into this activity and search for our room. That is CC steganography. CC. Okay. Oh, let me search steganography. Okay, so this is our room. This is the CC steganography.
Okay.
Right. Let me join this room.
Okay.
Okay. So this is some introduction about the steganography part. So let me tell you, the basically steganography is used to hide the data inside one data. Like I will give you some practical example. Uh, like we have one image file, right? And let me take a you and me and Suman example. Like I have
Okay.
to send some what's a secret file to you, like some credentials or something, but I don't want to anything anyone that see what is inside the credentials because it will leak the credentials, right?
Okay.
I only have to give to you. For that
Okay.
I will use the steganography. For that I will embed my so what's a credentials behind the what's a image file, and I will send to you, and you can decode it using a steganography tools like what's a stega. You can use stega hide. Uh, what's it? We have this
Stake
how ma-
solver. It's
yeah. So you can we can
stake.
use tag. You can use
Yeah.
exit
Just
tool.
said. Yeah.
Yes, we can use many of the tools. There are many tools for steganography, right?
So yeah. So yeah, we have question like hi Mayur sir. Here's a question
Yes.
from Govind Parekh. He's asking about
Yes, he is asking for how can I start CTF from beginning because I am new in this cybersecurity field. Going for that, you can what say do some beginner level challenge, and end of the webinar, I will also give you some resources for beginner level that you can follow and learn from the beginning, from the scratch level. And I also
Okay.
suggest you some platform for beginners where you can what can learn this CTF, and also give you some tips and tricks for the solving those challenges.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I think Gobind, you've got your question answer, and feel free to connect with Mayur. I
Yeah.
think you will find him in the description link. So go and connect with him. So therefore, further, help. He is open to help anyone. As
Yes.
even we also met on I think LinkedIn, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so he is very helpful guy. Please connect with him for further help. And yes, you can go with other the challenges right now.
Yes. We have a big community, right? Anyone can help
Yeah.
to learn. Yes. So now we can what's it solve this second doom. This is steganography. So I can read
Yep.
this. Steganography is the art of what's a concealing something inside something else. As I already told you, Ansuman, this is we can hide some file into some file,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Like I already tell you, I can hide what's a credentials inside the image file. This is also the theory part is saying. We can use we can use text. In steganography, we have three or four different type. One is text steganography, then image steganography, then audio steganography. Right? We can use these three. What's it? Uh, files. So as it is an example, a message inside a JPG file, binary inside a PNG. Okay. Okay, as in the second line, it's also saying that Stego has been used since ancient times to deliver message that they don't want others seeing, as it already told you. Uh, as in the third line, it is saying that in the modern day, it is used for same purpose. Only now we have much more advanced tools. And Ansuman, are you there?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Okay. So in earlier days, Ansuman, in what's it, Raja Maharaja ki jab time tha,
Haha.
in that time, they also use the steganography for hiding secrets.
Okay.
For that, yeah, what's it? They use some what's it? Steganography techniques like they can write a secret message in the messenger's body in the wax tablets. They can use these physical mediums to hide the data.
Okay.
In that time, this is also called as steganography because they're hiding something that
Yeah.
what's a attacker or what's a mm, what we can say intruder that cannot detect the message what
Yeah,
we are
like
going.
जो
Yes,
जो दूत होते थे जो मतलब
yes,
in the time of fight or anything
yes,
they like send the messenger जो secret messenger होते थे उनको दे
yes,
देते I think I guess yeah.
yes,
Yeah, that
and
thing totally came into this picture after
yes,
like having those things with
uh,
us, this
yes.
technography and all.
That thing is called physical techniques. But
Yeah,
in modern days, people use the what's it,
yes,
digital techniques that we call
yeah,
digital steganography, right?
yeah,
For that, we can use digital tools to hide the data,
yeah.
like this says take a hide,
Sure, stay high.
then just take all these tools to hide the
Yeah.
data. Okay, so this is for this is the intro of this technography. Now we can so let me complete this. We have completed this. For that, basic Linux knowledge is required because all the tools are made for Linux, right? And all the tools are command line.
Yeah.
Yes. So we I am assuming that you have a basic Linux knowledge to operate that tools. Like stay guide is also we can use in what's say Kali Linux. We can install in Kali
Okay.
Linux. For that
Yeah.
we
I think you also can explain a little bit of how you are explaining those flags, which flags is being used while you are
okay,
extracting
yes,
the
yes, yes.
data. That
Sure.
simple things you can
Yes, sure.
explain.
I can explain those things. So for the task two, we are going to learn about the stag height tool, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the stay guide is also one of the famous tool for steganography, and it is used to what's say uh, extract or embed data into the image file, right? So now
Mm-hmm.
we can see that how to install the stay guide tool. So I am going to install this stag height tool in the Kali Linux machine. For that, we can use this simple command that is sudo apt install stag height.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Okay.
okay. So as you can see, it will fetching the details from the server. So as you can see, I already installed this stag height tool. So this will saying this information, right? That what libraries is it required, right? What
Mm-hmm.
is
Yeah.
the version of this stag height tool? Okay, so
Okay.
let me quickly type this command that is tag hide. Okay, so we have the what's a help menu of this tag
Mm-hmm.
hide tool. In the first row we can see some what's it option like what option we can use to what's a embed data, extract data. Then we can see the info of the file. Then it is used
Mm-hmm.
to show the encryption algorithms. Then it is used to show the stake heights version, license, then help, right? Then go to the second part, that is embedding option. This option is used to embed the file inside one file, right? Like I have to hide file inside the image file. So we can use I can use this what's the options to hide the files. Like in
Okay.
general, we will use this command only, right? So first command is used to embed the file. Then second command used to specify the cover file, right? Then we
Yeah.
can use the hyphen keyboard command for giving the passphrase. As I know, passphrase is not important; it is optional. It is up to you that you have to give a passphrase or not, right?
Okay. Okay.
Okay, then we can use this sf command, that is tego file. When we will embed the file inside file, that file is called the stego file, right?
Okay.
Yes. Mm. Oh, so hyphen e command is used to specify the encryption, that what the encryption we have to what encryption we have to do for this file, right? Then this is all the things like do not compress, no checksum, then force, then quite then but see if we have to see the all the process, that we can use the hyphen v command, right? As all tool have this hyphen v what's the option to see the verbosity, like what process is doing this tool behind it. So we can use
Okay.
hyphen v for that. For that extracting purpose, we have this type of option like stego file. As I already told you, Ansuman, after embedding the file, that file is called stego file. If we have to extract something, we uh, we have what's it? We have this stego file, right? That anchor what's it? Stego file. That in that someone what's it? Embedded something secret information. So that
Okay.
we have to specify that file here. Then if the what's say sender applied some passphrase inside, like some password, so we have to give the password. Then this is the accept. Okay, so we can also specify the file name. What file name we have to give to the extracted file name, right?
Okay.
As we can see, this is the force command. This is what if we already extracted the file, then we again run this command, so it will asking us to the override, right? If we give the
Over.
hyphen f command, so it will overwrite that file with the new file, right?
Yeah.
So and again we have a quit command and verbose. Then this is the option. This is common in both the cases, right?
Yeah.
This is password. So, okay, so let we'll see what is it asking. Okay, so first question is what argument allows you to embed data into other files? So as we can see in the help menu, this embed command is used to what say embed the file, right?
Embed the data.
Yeah, okay. So let me quick give this. Okay, so as we can see in the helper menu, embed command is used to embed the data, right? Okay. So what flag let you set file? Set file. Okay. Mm, okay. So this is a we can use this hyphen ef command to embed the file, right?
Okay.
Okay. Hyphen what say hyphen ef, right? Let me verify. Yes, we right. Then move to the next question. That what flag allows you to set the cover file? So let's go to the this help menu. We
CF.
yes, I can say CF stand for cover file, right? Okay. So so yes, it is also true. Then how do you set the password to use for the cover file, right? For that we can use the hyphen p command.
Okay.
Yes, so let me quickly verify that. Yes, you are right. Then, what is the next question? What argument allow you to extract data from files? So this is also we are getting the answer from that. That is extract, right? Okay, let me quickly verify. Extract, extract. Yes, this is also right. Okay. Then next question. How to select the file that you want to extract data from? But as we can see in the extracting section, for extracting file, we have this Tigo file. Without Tigo file, we can't extract the data from it, right? So for that, we can use the hyphen sf command. Let me quickly verify hyphen sf. Yes. So this is also a right answers. So now for the practical time, so I quickly downloaded this file here. Okay, so this is my what's it file.
Okay.
Just a wait. Okay, so I already have the file. Let me quickly extract it. Okay, so this is my file, right?
Yeah.
Let let quickly extract the data. Okay, then extracting we have one folder called spec. After extracting file, we have certain files that is JPG, PNG, then two wave files, right? Okay, so as we already installed the tag hide tool, right? Okay, so so what is the seventh question? We given the password 123. What is the
Okay.
hidden message inside the JPG one file? Right. So we can see we have this JPEG file, right? But as we can see, this is look like a normal file, right? That is the
Yeah.
magic of the steganography, that no one can detect that something inside hidden inside it,
Yeah.
right? Yes. So let me quickly what's the type stag hide command. Wait. Okay. Stag hide. Okay. So we have to what's it? Extract the data from it, right? So we can use the stagI command. Then for extracting data, we can use this extract command. EXTRSCT. Okay. Then we have to specify the stego file, right? This is hyphen SF. That is called what's a stego file, right? Then we have to
Yeah.
extract the data from jpeg1.jp. What's a JPEG? So we have to specify that file,
Okay.
jpeg1.jpg, right? And as we can see in the seventh question, we also given the password, right? We can use this password to extract the data. So we can give the hyphen p, that is
P
used
for
for give the
password.
yes password. Okay. So as we can successfully got the method that wrote extracted data to a.txt. So as this is the secret message behind the jpeg1.jpg, right?
Okay. Okay.
No, no, this is not. Okay. So this is the secret message, right? That we got
It's
from.
let's zoom it.
Wait,
Otherwise,
but how can we zoom in the.
same. It's
Wait.
better
Okay.
you yeah, using command
Yes,
prompt.
as we can see, this is our first flag, right?
Yeah. Okay.
Let me copy this and we can verify this is right or not. As you can see, we have successfully got this great message that is hidden inside the JPEG one, what's say, image file, right? Let's quickly jump into this second task, third task. That is JAWS. Basically, this task is made us to uh, use the JAWS tool, right? So as we can see, stag is also used for image steganography, and JAWS is also used for steganography, right? But the main difference between JAWS supports the two different extensions. The first one is BMP, then PNG. That stag doesn't support, as I know. So for overcome this problem, uh, we can use this JAWS tool. If
Okay.
you got some PNG file or PMP file in any of the capture the flag events, so for that we can use this JAWS tool, right? So for that we can use this what's it? Simple installation command. For that you must have to install the what's it? Ruby language, because JAM is
Okay.
used for Ruby language, right? So this is the package, JAWS package.
Yeah. Yeah.
It will fetch the package into the what's a Ruby directory or that server to retrieve the package file and install it. So first
Yeah.
must have to install the Ruby language to install this tool. So let's see this command. Okay. So okay. So as you can see, I already installed this tool, right? So it will give me this successful message.
Yeah.
So let me quickly uh, no, no. Z, stack, right? So, Anshuman, this is visible now.
Now it's yeah, I can see that visible.
because in my screen it will covering my whole screen.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's visible, and you can like go through that as well. And I think commands are little bit same, so you can just directly solve to the question, so that they can also get it. So directly solve the questions. It will be better
Okay.
to understand also that because
Yes.
those command are the similar to them, and so which you
Yes.
have
Yes.
explained in.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most of the tools have similar commands. Like
That's the
extracting.
beauty of Kali Linux tools or open
Yes.
source anything.
Yes.
It's maybe Debian distro or maybe it's Kali Linux Arch. So it's
Yes.
give the same things.
Yes. So
Tools have
let
same
me
commands. So
quickly
yeah,
jump into
let's
the
start.
first question.
Yeah,
That
first question.
okay, how do you specify that the least significant bit come first, right? So we can see in this help menu, right? So here we can see this what's a command, this option will use to specify the least significant bit comes first, right? So we can just copy it and paste it and verify it. Okay, as we can see, this is used to specify the least significant bit comes first, right? So let's jump to the second question. That is, what about the most significant bit? That is also also we get your
MSB.
answer from this. Yes, hyphen MSB. Okay. So this is the easiest question, right, Ansuman? How do you specify verbose mode? This is the most
It's
common. Yes,
for everything. It's for Nmap or what's
yes.
any brute forcing tool. It's V actually.
Any of the tool that hyphen, what's the verbose option we have. All the
Yeah.
most of the commands like nmap, derb, every tool.
Any brute forcing kind of tools or
Yes,
any like this JStack,
yes,
Burrows V.
yes. Then fourth question: how do you extract the data from specific payload? Right. So let's see. Hmm, extract. So as we can see, hyphen e command is used to towards extracting the data. Let me verify. Hyphen e. Yes, it is right. So this is a practical kind time, right? As you can see, we have one PNG one file. So let's use this. Okay.
Yeah. So we have second question. What number of question that was? Which number question?
Which question?
The question which you are solving. The number of that.
The fifth question.
Okay, okay. Got it.
Okay. So as you can see, we have one PNG one dot PNG file, right? And for that we can use JSTAG tool for PNG images. So let me quickly use the JSTAG tool PNG1 dot PNG. Okay, so as you can see, uh, the tool give us some data, right? This is the data. So let quickly go to the question. In the included file, in the included file PNG on what is hidden message, right? So as we can see, some kind of version number, then this is binary, then this is just some hex strings and some encoded values. But this part will look like suspicious, right? And this is some clear string. So let's verify it is our flag or not. Okay. So as you can see, this is our hidden message, right? So let's go to the sixth question. What about the payload used to encrypt the data? So as we can show, uh, this payload is used to encrypt the data, right?
Yeah.
Uh, and here we can see the LSB, that is least significant bit. So the what's it? Sender encrypted the data using LSB. LSB. What's encrypts? What's a option to encrypt the message inside the image file. So here is our task is completed. So let's come quickly jump into the third part. So this is called exif tool. So
Okay.
basically, I can say you what is exif. First of all, exif is just some kind of exif is also called as metadata, right? That
Okay.
is
Yeah.
data of data. Like I will give a practical example. You have one DSLR camera or any mobile, right? From that you can capture one image, but as you see, you can only see the what's the email name and that kind of stuff. But if you use the exif tool, you can see all the details, like what camera you used, which is the location of the image where you taken the image, right? And all the stuff. For that we can use this exif tool to extract the data. Like this is saying exif tool is a tool that allow you to view and edit the metadata, right? So metadata, it will use to extract the metadata from the image file. While this is in itself it's a not a stego tool, right? But it, I will say this is a stego tool, right? So this is a stego tool. So for exif tool, we can use the this is the exif tool, or we can also use the online tool, right? We have one site. This is also give us the exif information, right? So for that task, we can use this exif tool only, right? Okay. So from this command, you can use the exif tool, right? Okay. So use this command. Okay. So from running the exif tool command, we can get this error, and it will saying the what's the syntax. First of all, exif tool, then options, then file, right? So we have to
Okay.
specify the file for that
Yeah.
from we have to extract the data, right? So in this question they mentioned that we have one jpeg3 file, right? And the question is what is the document name. So
Okay.
let's see what is jpeg3. Okay. So as we can see, exif tool is extracted it details for us, right? So as you can see, this is the file name, this is directory, this is file size. We can also see this basic data like when the image is modified, right? Then last access date, then what is the permission and what is the
Yeah.
extension, right? And this version. Then yes, here we got our answer, right? In question they are saying the what is the document name. So here we get the document name, right? Let me quickly
Hello.
copy this and paste here, right? Okay, as you can see we got our flag, right? So let's explore more for the tool, right? Here we can get all extra information, right? Like resolution and all this stuff.
Okay.
But this, if we take this picture from an DSLR camera, we got the company name like Nikon and all the
Yeah,
things.
if I take a picture from any
Yes,
handset,
yes,
any kind of handset, or
yes.
I just left the location on, and also
Yes.
can we can get the coordinate also in metadata, I think, as far as
Yes.
I know. And
And some.
that's the reason we can be tracked everywhere if we
Yes.
like someone leaks our photos or videos
Yes.
something.
And this what say this information also will be helpful in the solving the complex crime cases, right?
Yeah, exactly.
If
Yeah,
we
yeah.
got something
That's
suspicious in that what say uh, attacker's machine, like some images, suspicious images,
yeah,
for that we
yeah.
can use this
Actually,
example and extract it.
this happened because most of people don't know about what is metadata is and
Yes.
how to
Right.
change that. So
Yes.
if the attacker, if the criminal is not that much of having
Yes.
like
Yes.
while committing the crime, have
Yes.
those things he missed out, then cyber forensics officer or
Yes.
cyber forensics worker can trace
Yes.
that thing, metadata,
And
and metadata is important, very much
and
important.
and as I know, most of the matlab, criminals are not from cybersecurity. They are what say
Yeah,
normal attackers.
normal
They
attackers or
do
criminals.
murder and all the things. They don't aware of.
But day by day it's like increasing,
Yes. Yes.
increasing that they are being aware of how to commit those kind of crimes and all.
Yes.
So yeah, there are lots of other way to trace them as well. It's not like that ki if you
Yes.
are committing
Yes.
committing crime online and you cannot be traced. Yeah, you can be traced. That's why the hacker
Yeah.
who hacked the the Twitter
Yes.
by social engineering, he
Yes.
also
Yes.
has been tracked down.
The most recent case.
Yeah, the most recent case, an interesting case also because it's
Yes.
done by social engineering, the most powerful technique in any
Yes.
hacking
Agree.
field.
And most of
And
the
the
companies
most
they ignore
funniest
this.
part is part is it's being like isolated from bounty hunting
Yes. Yes.
related stuff. That's the thing which happening
In yes.
right now.
And some guys are trolling that रखो अभी भी रखो ये social engineering out of scope में.
Yeah, yeah, that was trending. Hashtag social
Yes.
engineering.
Yes. Right.
Okay. Let's move on. So we are being off track. So
Yes.
we
Right.
will be
Right.
discussing about social engineering some other day. There are
Yes.
also like the interesting techniques how you can social engineer someone using some tools, some phishing pages, or something that is seems quite interesting and which is interesting for any victim, and he clicked that or scanned that and he
Yes.
got hacked or got lose his credentials or her credentials
Yes. Right.
related to that.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, let's move on to the topic.
Okay. So this is task of five, right? Okay. So this is for the stag over task tool. This is also a steganography tool, but it also supports some extra functionality from the previous tools, right? It also supports stag hide tools functionality in it,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And it also support many extensions than previous tools,
Yeah. Yeah,
like
directly
in
you can solve the question so that they will relate to that. And also, I think
okay,
we have extend this session too long. I
yes,
say viewers maybe get irritated because
yes,
in between we
hmm,
went out
yes,
of the
yes.
topic.
Okay, so this is the command to install the Stegovita tool, right? Okay, so I already installed. So I already installed this say Stack Overrider tool using those commands, and we can see we have some bunch of options like debug, password, word list, metadata, then all those kind of stuff, right? So like quickly jump into the question part. So it will saying that how do you check the file for metadata, right? So here we can see we have one option. From that we can see the metadata, right? So we can simply copy this, paste it. So this is also same as exit tool, right? Okay, so then second, how do you check for stake hide hidden information? For that we have this option, right?
Stay guy.
Yes, if a taker used stake hide to hide the information, we can use this command. We can use this option of stake task to see the data, right?
Yeah.
Let me quickly verify. Okay, this is right. Then move to the third question. What flag allow you to extract LSB, that is least significant bit data from the image? Right.
Okay.
For that we can use okay LSB. Okay, so we have this option for right brute LSB. For that we can use the brute force technique as we you can see.
Okay.
No, this is not this.
I
Okay,
think
for extracting.
extract
Yes, yes,
extract
yes,
LSB.
extracting. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so this is also right, right? Let's jump to the fourth question. In the included image, JPG, what is the hidden message? So let's quickly use this tag as tool. And what is the file name? That is JPG2, right? So tag as gen file name JPG2. Okay, JPG2. Okay. So as you can see, it is extracting information for us, right? What is the inside the image? Right. Wait some time. So as you can see, some information. Mm, So as we can see here, it is extracted some of the information for us, and also we can see, and we can see here the tool created one folder that name is results, right?
Yeah.
But the tool is also running in background. The, it is extracting data, right? So we have to wait for some time.
It takes time.
Yes, it will take time because it will actually more information
Yeah.
for us. Like
So was that the last question of that series? That section.
what zip file? Okay, so as we can see, it is extracted some information, right? So this is the path of this file, right? Found something with stag hide. So what does that? It is also using a stag hide tool, right? We have background to extract the data, as you can see
Yeah.
here with stag hide. So we have to install the stag hide tool for using that tool, right? And this is the what's the exif information, right? As we can see in the previous example, we can see this path and all this thing, right? Now we can see this what's it results folder, right? Says as you can see, it extracted some information for us, right? This is the normal images. This is skippers. This is some exif information. But let's just go to the this file, right? So this is our flag, maybe verify. Okay, so as you can see, this is our flag, right? So that's my opinion. This is also best tool for steganography, right? We can get two things from this tool: exit information and hidden data from it, right? Okay, so let's jump into the what's a spectrogram part.
It's video, audio, I think, right?
Yes, yes. Uh, in some time, attacker can also what's say hide the data inside the audio file, right? In this what's a spectrogram frequency. So we can use the this tool called as Sonic Visualizer, sir. Visualizer, or we can
Sonic
use the
visualizer.
Udacity for that, right? Udacity is also great,
Audacity also the one of the tools which
one
works
of the best
fine.
tool. Yes, it is also best tool. But for this task we can use this Sonic Visualizer,
Okay,
visualizer tool, right?
so let's move on to
So
how to use it.
yeah, so this is the basic information like which option we can use to import the wave files and what we have to do. This is called we have to go to the layer section, then add spectrogram, and you can see the flag, right? So what is the question? What is the hidden text included in wave 2 file, right? So as we can see in this text folder, we have this wave 2 file, right? Mm, so let me copy this because I already installed this tool in my Windows machine, right? So let me quickly open this tool. Okay, so this is the tool, right? So we can use this file menu and we can what say open this file that is wave 2, right? So as we can see, this is a normal sequences. So as we can see in the description, we have go to the layer section, then we can use the add spectrogram, right? So as Ansuman, we can see attacker hide the
Yeah,
Google word
Google.
inside, right? In the
Yeah.
frequency, yes, spectrogram frequency. So we can use this functionality of Sonic Visualizer to extract the data, right? Yes, we can also use different tools. In some scenario we can use add waveform, right?
Yeah.
Because it is a simple task. So we can use this what's it spectrogram, right? Let me quickly enter the hidden information, right? So as we can see, we already completed this task, right? So let's say some well, final task, the final exam. For that, we have to deploy the machine, right? And it will take 1 minute time.
Okay. That's okay, and I think everyone has like got the concept of steganography and various
Yes,
tools, and it will be visual and it will be more perfect if you use that thing while CTF playing CTF or
yes,
on real life scenario while examining or while in cyber forensics
yes,
they usually do it. So yeah, you can play challenges under the section of steganography. You will get this kind of challenges. You will get photographs, or maybe
yes,
it can be downloadable, or maybe it will be somewhere on website or anywhere. It can be anywhere inside some system machine, or there can be this. They hide the password or SSH login credentials. Anything they can
yes,
hide. So I think this is the clear thing. Like this is the most important tools which you have talked about, because generally, if someone used to like habituate using those tools, this JTAG, Stake Solver,
yes,
or
that,
like
yes,
Stegoromites, and that
yes,
first thing is stack stay hide. So those tools, and last one was Sonic Visualizer. So
yes,
this is the like if
Most common
someone
tool.
knows most common tool, and if they know about that, then everyone can challenge solve challenges, tricky
Yes.
challenges also. There are having tricky challenges, but can be solved.
Yes. As we can, I earlier said we can use the image text, and then audio file
Yeah,
to hide the data. So this is a third form,
yeah,
right? We can use
yeah,
to
third one.
hide the data in the audio file.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
So
yes,
yeah, I think
yes,
it's up right now.
yes. Let me copy the IP address and paste into our Kali machine. So, Ansuman, as we can see, we have this, they have challenges, right?
Yeah,
From that, they don't have any, so what's a suspicious thing. Let me quickly give a view to the source code. The source code, that is nothing interesting, but we have one file, right? This is exam 1.jpg. Let's save the file. Okay. So this is our file, Ansuman, right?
yeah.
So this is also look like a normal file, right? So let's use our tool, like exip tool. We can use exip tool, right?
Okay.
Exip tool. Then we can use ex in our file name is index.jpg, right? So let's see if you got some
It's I'm seeing
interesting.
here password and admin.
Yes, as we can see, we can see in earlier task in document name, that is
Yeah,
something like, so we got some password, right? But we don't know what to do with. So we can use this tag hide tool, right? Because it's a steganography challenge. So we can use,
stay right.
yes, tag hide. So use tag hide extract, then specify stego file, that is index.jpg and hyphen p. We can go this password, right? Hyphen, this is admin. Okay. So as answer one, we can see
Yeah, we
we
got
got
your
a file.
data.
Yes.
Yeah,
And wait, a.txt. As we can see, we can got some key, right? Uh, so let's say what we have to do with. uh, So here we can see, Suman, there is one input box where we have to put the key.
yeah,
So let's put the key here. Okay. So we passed successfully, what's it, first challenge, and we have to put the
yeah.
key one here to verify, right? Yes, this is the first key, right? So this is our second challenge. For that challenge, we have one exam 2.wav file, right? This is also part of the audio steganography. So let me quickly go to this directory, download directory. Okay, so we have this exam2.wav file, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so this is exam2.wav. Let me quickly open in this Sonic visualizer. Exam2. Okay, so this is also look like suspicious. So let apply our previous task logic. Let go to
yeah,
the layer tab, then add a spectrogram. Right, as
yeah.
we can
We
see,
got
we have one
something.
link. Yes, we have, so we got some link. Look like some website link. Let quickly, what's it? Open that link. That is https then mgood.com go.com then slash K,
KTH something.
K, KT. This is not a H, maybe KTRT.
Okay, okay. I'm not like able to see.
Yes.
It's too small for me.
And I then five, maybe this is the right thing. Let me copy this.
So we have.
Mm, this is not right. Mm,
It's KTRTNI5, right?
and I already put the I, right? I already put KTRT and I5. Already put I here. Okay, we already got a flag, right? Here is the that file, right?
Okay. We have to
Okay.
download it further, right?
Yes,
Okay.
we can download. Okay, so this is our file. Let's save this file into the desktop. And let's use the exit tool. If we got something KT. Okay, so from exif we don't get any, let's say, information. That is some.
You can zoom your terminal.
Yes,
Let
yes, yes,
wait. Yeah,
yes.
now perfect.
Just take right KT. Okay, I have to put as here. Just take. Yes,
Yeah,
Sansuman, as we can
perfect.
see, we got
To
this key,
use
right?
fatality.
Yes. Let's verify this key if it is right or not. Okay, Ansuman, so this is the right key. So let's put here so we can go to the next level. Yes, Ansuman. So here we can see we are
Another file.
yes, another file that is QR code. Let's see. As we can see, this is the QR code, but look like this is not a QR code.
Fishy.
Yes. So let's save this file. Wait. uh, Okay, Ansuman, as we can see, we have this QR code file. So let's use the exit tool. If we, it will give some information, but no luck. Don't. Yes, so we can use some QR code reader online site. So this is the one website that will give the functionality to extract the information from QR code. So let's quickly go to this file and submit our QR code. So for this file, it is saying error, throwing some error, right? There is no barcode found in this image. Okay, so this is not giving some result. But for this result, I have one other tool, right? That is StackSolve. You already
Yeah.
use this tool, Ansuman, StackSolve.
Yeah, yeah, sticksolve.jr, right? Jar
Yes,
file. Yeah.
yes. So we can
That, yeah,
move.
that like changes the color
Yes,
dimension.
yes. It is give all the matlab, it is changing the color and give a perfect output
Yeah, yeah.
if it exists.
So, yeah.
Like okay, so as you can see, we open this TaxSolve quickly. Let me quickly open the QR file. As we can see, and so when we have this normal image, right? So we can use these arrows to turn the image. Okay, don't have anything. Okay, okay. So as instrument, we can see that this is the plain QR code, right? So let's save this file. Give this name as
You can
flag.
save it
Flag.
and also check it what maybe the
Yes, yes,
data inside it.
yes, yes,
For
yes.
the,
We can
okay.
give this extension as JPEG, right? And we can save it into desktop. So we have this file. So let's run exit tool here. So there is nothing inside it, and someone. So we can use this site again if we got something.
Okay.
Where is this? Is a yes. This is flag.jpg. Okay, and so on. As we can see, we got our third flag.
Okay.
It's a third key. That is key short, right? Let's put here. Okay, as we can see, we completed the room, right? So let's put that third key here,
Great.
and yes,
So,
the room is all
so
right.
it's solved.
Yes,
So great session and great to see you solving. And yes, we have a question. I am taking it like how much CTF will help you in bug hunting. That's a crazy question, isn't it?
yes. Uh,
Yeah.
mm, for bug hunting perspective, the CTF is also useful, right? For and in some web challenges, we learn some different methods to exploit the web part. And in bug hunting, mostly there is a web API or Android APKs, right? In CTF also we have some APK challenges, Android challenges, web challenges, right? So this will help in bug hunting also.
Okay, so great, and like it was a great session with you. Okay, and thank you
Yeah,
very much for joining us. And I hope you were enjoying, and I was also enjoying while you were solving these questions. And yeah, it will be great help if some other day you can explain differently, like for like
sure.
theory part as well, because it's totally practical part. You can
Yes,
take as theory as well. So
sure.
theory of each and everything, and the question related to which someone has asked you, like bug hunting, how CTF is helping in bug
Yes,
hunting. Like in CTF, you mainly like clear your concept in main cybersecurity field, and bug
yes.
hunting is nothing but the part of cybersecurity field. So it will help either way,
Both will
clearing
part
your
of
concept.
cybersecurity.
Yeah. So
Yes.
it will help you to clearing your concept as well. So that's it. That's from my perspective and my point of view. I think that's the main thing why people play CTF from the beginning to get into this field
Yes.
more deeper way. And once again, thank you very much, Mayur, having you,
Yes.
and thank you very much thank you to all who have joined us and like make this successful. And please do subscribe our channel for getting such more videos. And we generally trying to continue this session, this Try Hack Me Arena, like every weekend, so we can add next we can like arrange one more session related to another talks related to
Yes.
that also in cybersecurity. So thank you for joining, Mayur.
And
Then we are ending here.
one
If
more
you
thing,
have
Anshuman,
anything to add, yes, please. Yeah.
yes. And
Add.
for beginners, I will suggest you some platform like you can go to the cityftime.org,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Where different type of CTF are happening. You can take a part in it, and you can also go to the tryhackme.com and solve some machines that are for
Yeah.
made for beginners, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you can. Yes,
So
that's it.
yes, this is the platform where you can start with, and also connect with you can connect with Mayur as well and connect
Yes,
with me as well. Link in the given in the description box. You can check it out, and yeah, we're like always here to help you out. Those who
sure.
are beginner in this field, right? So
And also,
anything you can add? Yeah, add please.
we have also one blog, right, on Medium, where I
Yeah.
will
Okay.
write
Yeah.
some walkthrough of the Try Acme machine. So you can also check this out.
Okay. So can we like end it here? Hello.
Yes.
I think your network is having problem. So
No.
yeah, we are closing.